super excited because we are gonna do Eric Carle papers today. And then when we do our second video, we're gonna use those papers to make something. But today, all we're gonna do is be making our papers. So I gave everybody a piece of paper like this. I folded it so you should have 4 sections. If you cannot see the sections, or you want to, you can take a pencil and make those darker. And then we're gonna start. The first thing you should do is you are going to just paint the background color. So here are my paints, and I'm just gonna start. Okay. And I'm not gonna go to the edge, but I'm going to paint the biggest rectangle I can without going to the edge. The reason I don't wanna go to the edge is because we're gonna have to pick it up to put it away to dry, and we don't wanna get paint all over the place. It'll get on our fingers and everywhere else. Notice I have to keep dipping and wiping, and we wipe so we don't get drips. Dip and wipe. And I'm just going to make a solid block of color. Dip and wipe. Yes, solid block of color. And if it's not completely solid, that's okay. I'll show you that next. Now, my brush has paint on it. If I dip it in another color, it is going to get paint on that color. So you need to wash your brush. Everybody should have a washing station like this. Stick your brush in, push it down to the bottom and swirl it around. Keep swirling, swirling. Keep swirling, swirling. And push it in the bottom, because if you push it in the bottom of the cup, it'll spread those brush bristles out and you'll get it cleaner. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna wipe the rest of it on your wipe cloth. Okay, next color. I want you to do one background color, green. Okay, again, I'm not going to painting to the edge, but I'm gonna make a rectangle. Not painting to the edge, because if you do that, you're not gonna have anywhere to pick it up. Do you know, this one I'm not gonna completely paint all the way through. I'm gonna leave some white coming through, just for the heck of it. Okay, but make sure to make one of your texture patterns green. Okay, then you gotta rinse your brush again. Okay, swirl, swirl, swirl. And then we're going to wipe, swirl. And then we're gonna wipe until it's mostly clear. It's probably not gonna get completely clear, but just keep wiping it. Okay, let's try. I'm gonna do a red. Ooh, that's cool. Pretty red. Now, if you want, you can leave some of that white showing through again, or you can color it in solid. It doesn't matter, because these are textures, and you want to be able to see those beautiful textures. And so if you have some white showing through, that shows a texture. Okay, rinse my brush because I'm switching colors again. Rinse, rinse, rinse. Okay, rinse and then wipe on that cloth that's next to it. If your water gets dirty, just make sure you ask for another one. Okay, next I'm gonna do orange. Again, don't go all the way to the edge. Okay, now I have my 4 colors, and now I'm gonna put textures on them. You can pick any of the texture tools that are in your box. I'm gonna try this piece of carpet. And you know, since I'm working with orange, I'm gonna go ahead and put orange on it. And I'm gonna put this texture, I'm gonna paint it on. As you can see, I'm painting, put quite a bit on. Okay, and then I'm gonna press it onto this blue. I'm gonna go back to the first one, press, 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 Press until it doesn't work anymore. And when it doesn't work anymore, then you're gonna have to get more paint. But you wanna put the texture on the whole thing, not just a little bit of texture. You wanna make sure that you put texture on the whole color. There we go. There's one texture done. I'm gonna go on to this one. I wanna switch the color, so I gotta wash my brush again. Sure. Let's see. You have this little thing, this clothespin, and it pinches. That's so that you can hold some of these textures. So I'm gonna take this little cotton ball and I'm gonna make dots, okay? And because in this particular one, you can either paint it on, but I think I should be able to dip it in and then make my dots. Yep, I can do that. Now guys, don't dip it all the way in, just dip it a little bit and don't forget to wipe. Ooh, you know what? My cotton ball's coming off. I didn't pinch it enough. There we go. Cotton ball. And I'm just gonna keep going with all of those. Ooh, I'm gonna let some of the green come through. There, texture done. Okay, this one, if you wanna use it again in a different color, you're gonna have to get a different cotton ball. We can't wash those off. But I'm gonna use the same tool. Guys, use your tools any way you want, okay? If a tool doesn't work the way that you wanna do it a different way, do it a different way. But I'm gonna take this tin foil and I'm gonna squish it up and see what that does. And then I'm gonna pinch it. Oh, there we go. Maybe I'll have to do it that way. There we go. I'm gonna see what that ends up looking like. Okay, I gotta rinse my brush because I am not going to do yellow again. This one. Let me see what brown does. I don't think I can dip this one. I might be able to, but I'm gonna just brush it on there. And I'm gonna press this on, see what that does. You know what? I'm gonna squish it on. See what that, ooh, that makes kind of swirly pictures. Add some more and keep going and going all the way around your paper. Ooh. Be creative with these textures. You can try some of the ones I'm doing, but you can also make up your own textures, whatever you can do to get the paints to play together. Okay, awesome. We have bubble wrap. You can paint the bubble wrap and stamp that. You can use a Q-tip. I would really be excited to see what you guys could come up with this Q-tip, because you don't just have to do dots. You could smear it, or you can just use the brush to make different textures. So I'm going to use this brush and I am going to dip it in blue. I washed it first, okay, and then I am just gonna go let the orange show through, just doing stripes. You can do swishes and swirls and whatever you would like to do. And those are just some examples of some of the textures you can try. Now it's your turn. Have fun.